So, I don't want to see violence done to Pelosi, but I guess I would have a harder time mustering up the same kind of concern, I guess.
I have to disagree with you there.
But you feel scared for Pelosi?
No, about the other thing.
Well,
parody. Minecraft. I mean, she's like, these fuckers, like, I'm good. Like, I want them to be scared, right? Like, most of them,
Well,
like the ones that, like, who are good,
mm-hmm.
I trust to take care of themselves, and the other ones, they need the fear of God in them.
Yeah, I agree.
Feinstein, did you see that shit?
Yeah,
about
she's gonna.
Feinstein,
Yeah,
like,
she's gonna run. She's
running
gonna run it
again?
back. She's gonna run it back. She's
Yeah.
91, dude. Like,
I'm saying,
no,
who are these fucking
homie.
people? Who do they think they are? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you should be scared to go there. You should be scared to go into the
Yeah.
Congress. I want them to bring their guns. Fucking,
Yeah.
stay home. You're 80 years old. Retire.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need you there. You're fucking clogging up the works.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Of course.
clearly, it's just like, this is what you get when the Democrats don't let anybody fail. They don't let anybody sort of, get too old and say, maybe I'm not so good at my job anymore. They can never criticize anybody on their own side. It's always just, we're great. It's the Republicans are terrible.
And like, I don't even know how well.
Like we have now, where
like, I don't even know how well an insurgency campaign would do against Feinstein because they just vote for her out of habit and name recognition. But
well, last time, the challenger was going to win until Obama stepped in.
Oh God. Well, let me read this. So Tuesday night, she said she had a very close encounter on January 6th, the day of the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, and she thought she was going to die. Ocasio-Cortez did not provide many details about what happened to her on January 6th, saying she was not certain if she could disclose the full details given security issues, but she called the encounter traumatizing, saying, "I did not know if I was going to make it to the end of that day alive." Ocasio-Cortez was not in the Capitol.
Said his name rhymes with Remy Tour.
Thanks, John. There you go. So Ocasio-Cortez was not in the Capitol on Tuesday night as the House voted to ask Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Donald Trump from office after he incited the attack on the Capitol. She voted by proxy, having another Democrat vote for the resolution on her behalf. The Democrat said that she was worried during the storming of the Capitol about three other members of Congress knowing her location, saying she was concerned there were colleagues who would create opportunities to allow me to be hurt, kidnapped, or otherwise. She said she didn't feel safe around the other members of Congress. Ocasio-Cortez has not posted much on Instagram since the attack and recently posted a story saying the January 6th attack has been traumatizing and she would need more time to recover before filling in her followers on what happened.
That's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The ones who should be scared won't be scared, and the ones who, we desperately need to not be scared are going to be scared.
Right. So during her live stream, Ocasio-Cortez spoke at length about the attempted coup, asking what the endgame of political nihilism is. What claim will you have that you rule over a destroyed society, that the ashes belong to you? She also called out
They told
Josh
me they
Hawley.
didn't want me to vote for Pelosi for speaker.
She also called out Senators Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz, who led the Senate push to try to overturn the election results. She joined the choir. She joined a choir of Democrats calling for their resignation, saying you do not belong in the United States Senate, adding that both senators had acted in order to boost their political campaigns for president in 2024. Let me give you a sneak peek. You will never be president. You will never command the respect of this country. Never, never, and you should resign. Damn. Ocasio-Cortez also called on the other 145 Republicans in the House and Senate who voted to try to overturn President-elect Joe Biden's win after the attack to resign their seats as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And we did bring up that article yesterday, right? The Ryan Grim one from The Intercept.
Yeah, man.
With those three, there were three. Let's see, there were three representatives that were named now. Matt is a corn dog or snack. It's just me being. Stream eating unicorn. Man, focus on the. Well, okay. So let's see. There we go. This is the one I was looking for. So, so Drew Griffin.
Another curly fries
from CNN. Reported Capitol insurrection stopped the steal organizer. Ali Alexander said that he was getting help from 3 members of Congress, which were Paul Gosar, Andy Biggs, and Mo Brooks. So those are the ones.
What the fuck is up with these right wingers though? Like, who's that guy ratting out his Congress people?
Bro, you know? of course they're gonna sing.
That's I'm not fucking plotting any coups
sing
with
it.
You, man.
Man, sing it.
You're gonna rat me
sing
out.
It. And of course they are. They'll as soon as the feds throw mandatory minimums around, they're gonna be like, all right, give me the mic. I'll sing. I'll sign whatever you want. I'll put my name on I'll put my name on a blank piece of paper. You fill it with whatever you want, and I'll say this.
Yeah, that's why Trump should have pardoned him, right? Because he knows they're a threat.
Yeah, the bunch of them. I could see a bunch of them singing if they could give up Congress people. Why wouldn't they? To save their own asses and get some kind of plea deal? That didn't even cross my mind until I saw that shit today.
He's not going to get shit for that because he spoke.
I would never sing.
He probably offered it up, like, There's no way that was a negotiated plea deal, right? He just went in there and said, "Fucking Mo Brooks," like he told me what to do.
Yeah, right.
Instead of having his lawyer.
Yeah, having the lawyer go ahead and negotiate it down. Be like, I can give you the names of these Congress people, and I want, bump that 10-year or whatever 20-year sentence that they're floating around now. Bump it down to 1 year, and I'll give you these 3 names.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think they're going to be able to build a case against any of those Congress people. Right.
You don't. I mean, the ones that were named, do they have informants on their asses now too, that are corroborated, maybe among 3 of them.
What? So you cut out.
No, I was saying if you have some testimony that's corroborated among a couple of these people that are willing to go ahead and sell out these Congress people. You still don't give it a chance that they'll go ahead and push anything on them.
I mean, they have to prove it's a, I don't think they're going to be able to prove that it was, actually a coup or whatever, I don't know if they're going to be able to be held, you know what I mean? Saying, what would the charge be? Conspiracy to
to assassinate fellow members of Congress?
Or whatever. Yeah. I mean, if they could do that, yeah, that would work. But otherwise, what are they going to say?
I mean, there has to be. If there's something like that, they're going to figure out a charge that would stick. Especially, I mean, they have to be accountable for doing that if they did have some kind of coordination.
I mean, coordination, they were saying, Pence is.
Oh, we're over here. We're hiding in this. Coordination. They're hiding us over here, that kind of thing, like what AOC was concerned about.
Yeah, I just think that they would need, I mean, I just don't know how they're going to be able to prove that, it was an intentional, they were intending for it to be violent or whatever, saying, Pelosi's in here, right? Unless they're saying,
and that's what they were saying. There was a couple of reports that they were saying that this is where they were taking Pelosi. They took him down this way.
Yeah, but how it is trying to prove that. You need to prove mental state and all.
If these organizers that are going ahead and diming out these Congress people, if they said, okay, look, we knew where to go because they were out there saying this is where Pelosi's location is.
Yeah, but you'd have to be able to prove that A, they were going to kill her, and B, that the Congress people knew that they were going with murderous intent. Mm-hmm. You'd have to that would have to be the conspiracy charge. They would have to be acting in furtherance of the conspiracy to murder them.
Which it's hard. I mean, it's harder to say without having actual harm, I guess that would be one thing to the Congress people. I mean, you could kind of make the argument off the back that they killed a cop, and
it's just like there's no yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's not really any evidence that they like brutalized, that they had, that they were actually trying to brutalize people.
I'm no ambulance. Come on, bro. I'm no ambulance chaser. Don't start with that one.
What are you, an ambulance chaser?
He's saying that you're coming with the legal knowledge, and I'm just an ambulance chaser. Them's fighting words.
I mean, you sound like a DA, right?
Well, that's I kind of feel like I'm just like I know, like, ideologically, like I'm more authoritarian than you are, so I kind of feel like you'd always be taking that kind of tact, especially since you're so anti-prison, sentencing for the sake of punishment, retribution, or that form of justice, if you want to call it. But we did get word in from the Justice Department about this, so I'll go ahead and play that for. So let's check this out.
We're looking at significant felony cases tied to sedition and conspiracy. Just yesterday, our office organized a strike force of very senior national security prosecutors and public corruption prosecutors. Their only marching orders from me are to build seditious and conspiracy charges related to the most heinous acts that occurred in the Capitol. And these are significant charges that have felonies with prison terms of up to 20 years. In addition to that, we're looking and taking a priority with cases in which weapons were involved and cases in which destructive devices were involved. As people know through news reports, there were pipe bombs found outside the Capitol. The ATF is working on that. Metro Police is working on that. FBI is working on that to find that individual or individuals who planted those devices. So in addition to,
and those were timed devices too. They were set to explode at a certain time. We're going to focus on the most
significant charges as a deterrent, because regardless of if it was just a trespass,
they were set on timers,
or if someone planted a pipe bomb, you will be charged and you will be found.
Yeah, so they're coming a lot harder than even I thought. If that's where they're going with it.
I mean, that's what we said. They charge most people with trespassing, but if they can tie the other people to that shit, that's what they're going to do. That's, that seems reasonable. They want to throw the book at some people, right? Like, they want to make that shit show trials for some of them, at least.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to railroad who they can, but I can't really say, I'm all that sympathetic.
I mean,
especially given what AOC's.
I don't like the precedent, but
I know. I know you don't like the precedent, but especially. Maybe my emotions are too wrapped up into it. With AOC going ahead and saying that she felt her life was actually in danger. Oh, there you go. See, and a few of them on the no-fly list were just outside the whole time and got tracked via cell phone data, and they were just in the Capitol. They're just around the Capitol. They didn't even go in, and they're getting wrapped up into this shit, which,
that's
sorry.
Fucked up. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the people were just there, right? Just, they really like Trump, and they wanted, they were listening to him.
Like, I kind of figure by now there's probably a good chunk of them that had at least enough common sense to know that they probably shouldn't be going into that fucking building.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think most of them didn't, right? So I think you're gonna have to prove that people were in there before, I think it's a good idea to overcharge them in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and let's see.
And then, like, on top of that, it's like you're gonna have to prove, it's gonna be even tougher to prove that, like, you were going to, that your intention going in there was like to overthrow the government, or like, seize the levers of power and whatever.
Yeah, I'd assume you could probably get yourself off that no-fly list if you explain your press credentials to the feds. or because I'm thinking like if you're there as in a press capacity, you could probably go ahead and give the Fed some of your footage and be like, okay, look, I was covering this thing as a member of the media, and I recorded these people.
You know, most of them have like YouTube channels and shit, right? They're like social media influencers.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
and I mean that's what I would do that's what I would do from that perspective. You know, to get more information from about who was there, I'd go ahead and say like, all right, yeah, we'll put you off the no-fly list. Let me see what you got as far as recording and video, and who did you pick up? What faces can you share with me?
Yeah. I mean, just looking at Twitter, it looks like a lot of people are gonna
they're gonna go down for that.
Get caught up in this just for
just
for being there. You know?
So
just like people are getting fired. And shit.
Yeah.